With the Sword Art Online Season 3 coming sooner than later, and with news of the world premiere coming at the end of the month of September, I'm left here thinking, will this Alicization arc be any good? Well, I wanted to explore this topic by going into detail about what this arc will be about and how previous seasons will be touched back on to expand this huge story already. At the time of writing this, I have been looking around the internet to see other people's opinion of Season 3 and how they're gonna, if they're gonna watch it or not, and it's mostly been a mixed opinion. The writers have mentioned that they will cover the entire Alicization arc, and that spans over 9 light novels, which is pretty insane. So it'd be super awesome to see how they do it. There are also a lot of rumors stating that the season will be the longest, spanning across 40 to 50 episodes. Thinking about that, it really does paint a good picture of how big this arc will be. Hopefully, we won't be given as many filler episodes. As of right now, I've been reading the beginning of the light novels, and I can say that this arc is building up to be something really interesting, and I can't wait to see how this goes. The Alicization arc spans over 9 light novels, and I've slowly been exploring these to get a greater understanding on what will take place during the first stages of this arc. This is certainly a completely new direction SAO is going, but it is bringing back some old favorites to explore more in this season, which I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm going to try not to tell some big spoilers. I'm just going to sprinkle in some details involving the trailer, so nothing major. Don't worry, guys. I'm not a dick. So moving on, we're given a brand new full dive system other than the atmosphere that Kirito uses to travel to the underworld. Anyway, this full dive system is called the Soul Translator, which is basically a more improved version of the full dive machines which connects to the user's flux lights inside their consciousness. Kirito even states that this virtual world is indistinguishable from the real world, which will definitely play a big role in this arc. In the underworld, we see AIs, or NPCs, however you like it, who are just as real as their human counterpart. From what I've been reading, it looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Alice are AIs, but I could be wrong. This virtual world underworld is probably going to be one of the most interesting parts in the story thus far. I'm really looking forward to learning about this world and the people that inhabit it. I'm also guessing that there are going to be some villains who are going to be AIs who have their own motivations, or at least I hope so. In the first light novel of this arc, it's explained that the AIs of this world are under the rule of a church that enforces their taboo index, which is basically a set of rules and laws of the underworld. Mostly all the people obey these rules, but well, I guess we wouldn't have a good story if everyone was subordinate to these rules, would we? There are also integrity knights who enforce the taboo index and make sure everyone stays in line. Avoiding some plot spoilers, they are definitely going to make some things a little more difficult for Kirito, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and especially Alice. Speaking of the trio, their roles in this arc are probably going to be the most important in the story. Avoiding spoilers, Alice has a big role to play in her town than most of the other kids her age. I'm willing to place my money on the fact that the trio might be the best part in this season. I really am confident in that, so here's hoping. So not going into stuff about the trailer, I want to talk about how storylines and characters from Season 1 and 2 are going to play a role in this season. While I do think that this arc is going to be important to the overall story, we're still left with other storylines that probably will be touched on, hopefully. Anyway, at the end of the GGO arc, we learn that not all the death guns were captured, and that the last one is still out there. This leads me to speculate that they might return. Hell, they might even be the one that attacked Kirito and Asuna. I'm also going to say that Asuna and the gang probably won't be featured that much, maybe until episode 10. Just a guess, it could be later or sooner, but I don't know. But in the light novel, Kirito does explain to Asuna and Sinon all about the Soul Translator. This might take place during episode 2, and that does kind of make me sad, but at this point I'm kind of getting used to characters not getting enough screen time and, just getting thrown to the sidelines. Hopefully they can at least keep Sinon along for the ride, or some of it, My honest hope for this season is that the writers at least make some fun and interesting new characters, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Alice, but it looks like it's being built up that way. My last thoughts for the past season elements coming back for Season 3 is Kirito and Asuna's relationship. It's probably one of the most consistent things about this show, to be honest. Anyway, at the end of this season, we might see them finally get married because it is shown at the end of Ordinal Scale that Kirito proposes to Asuna. We'll most likely see Asuna react the same way when she found out Kirito might be in danger during the BOB, but now to a more serious level due to the fact that Kirito might die. In the end, though, this season could stand alone from everything else and not care at all about my predictions, but I'm still thinking they'll at least touch on some, just like Kirito and Asuna's relationship. Mostly because, well, I'm sure, mostly everyone would probably want that, and probably the writers do too. So to wrap things up, I'd like to say that I've been reading up to 100 pages of the first light novel, and I think I can at least say that Reki Kawahara is building an interesting world with likable characters such as Alice, Yu-Gi-Oh, and the new Kirito. The trio honestly remind me of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Had to insert that reference in somewhere. Also, I wanted to add that the threat of death is coming back to haunt your favorite characters. But for real though, I'm very excited to see SAO Season 3 coming very soon, and with the possibility of a longer season, hopefully the writers will use this as a chance to explore new storylines and keep things relatively fresh. I don't know if done well that this season alone can resonate the mass culture and bring old fans back while encouraging new fans to join in as well, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. It'd be cool to see that though. This series has honestly been a really enjoyable to watch, and I like mostly all the things in it. So, to answer the question, will SAO Season 3 be good? I sure as hell hope so, because I'm tired of my friends trashing the show. No. I'm just kidding. It does look very promising, and from what I've been reading, this might be the best arc in the series thus far. I didn't want to spoil much in this video, so I hope you can at least accept that. So, you can probably look things up if you really want to, but I recommend you watching it. So, I hope you liked the video. I'm probably going to be uploading 1 to 2 videos a week, which include gameplays and thoughtful rants like these. So, if you like that content, be sure to stick around, and hopefully SAO Season 3 will be good, and I think I might cover it a little bit. I don't want to do like an episode review because I'm not that type of person that can just pick out so many things. Maybe, but I'm not like that. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Here's hoping that SAO Season 3 is pretty good. I really do hope it's good. It looks that way. I just want to leave you off with that. It looks very promising, and I think it will be good. Thank you. Peace.